Oh my god, can you not do that? Wait a minute, where am I and who are you? Wait a second, who are all of you people? Wait, is this a prison? No way that I am in prison right now. I mean, I get that I have not been paying my parking tickets, but come on, why would I end up in jail for that? Oh wait a second, I know this prison. This is some prison model that Doc Oswald showed me this morning. Oh well, I guess that answers that then. I mean, if it has something to do with Doc Oswald, then it is probably a fault by him. So this seems to be another one of his simulated prisons. And I am guessing that I am stuck again for the 425,654th time right now. So that is something that I am getting rather familiar with. But that does not matter because I have never actually been inside of this exact prison. I mean, I have been stuck in multiple of Doc Oswald his prison simulations, but this is just on another level right now. So I guess that all we can do right now is just buy ourselves some time in here and hope that Doc Oswald can fix it before some actual bad stuff happens around here. Because you can say whatever you will, but there is something about Doc Oswald and his prisons, but these things have been built as a small safe haven that harbors all kind of violence in between these four walls. Okay, there are more walls, but that does not matter at all right now. But let me start correctly, like always. So here it goes from the start. Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Dame Tu Cosita's girlfriend without the actual name part, because apparently my mother and father did not think that I would become cool enough to actually make that my name. But as I was saying, we are stuck in another one of Doc Oswald his simulations, and again of course we are in a freaking prison. But like I was saying in a video couple of days ago, there have been a lot of ups and downs between me and Doc Oswald. But me and Doc Oswald go way back to kindergarten, and let me tell you that that was also the first spot where he was starting to get me into trouble, because he would be making all sorts of devices and I would have to test them for him, and that never really turned out all too good. But alright guys, let me tell you a story about how I got into these prisons in the first place. So like the first time in a simulation and like ever, and it was because of Doc Oswald, as you might be able to figure out for yourself. And I bet that you are already sitting there like, what did Dr. Oswald do this time to get you inside of this prison again? Well, it is a pretty lengthy story, but I will try to crop it down a little so that I do not bore you guys, and neither bore myself. So basically the doc, he just asked me if I was able to drop by his labs one day, and of course I am a great friend and I did just that. Well, like I said a couple of months ago, I was not going to be doing any more tests for the doctor just because he always screws things up. Well, this time, I just sat down in his little office chair. Then it just activated this chain reaction where I rolled backwards, pretty much like the dude from Futurama, and I fell into this little machine that put me into the simulation. But that was not all. I was just there because I forgot some stuff in my lockers at the doc's office. So basically, if I was not such a mess and I would have just taken all of my stuff with me when I left there that time, then I would not have this problem right now. So beware if you leave your stuff behind somewhere. I am not saying that you will actually end up inside of some shady prison simulation, but I am also not saying that this will not happen to you. I mean, things like these seem to happen to me all the time. So I guess why should it not be able to happen to you? But I would never wish anything like this to you guys, because these kind of simulations, well, they are just really annoying. And I think that most of you guys will agree with me on this fact, because you have seen me go through these kinds of simulations all the time. And you guys also know that I was actually fed up with them, since I decided to quit with these things for good. So please stick with me as I wait for the doc to actually get me out of this thing again before it actually fries my brain. But this time of course I did not end in just a simulation, not it was a literal simulated reality world. It was really weird to see it firsthand with my own eyes. It was just a mind-blowing experience. But that is all because I was still new to it. But after a while I actually became really good at it, and it was just all smooth sailing. Of course, until guards found out that I also lived in the prison. And that is basically when a lot of bad stuff started happening for me, which is not something that I want to touch on right now, because it is really sad for me as a person who just wants to enjoy playing Minecraft with his friends. And by friends I mean on my own, because it seems like I do not have any real-life friends. But at least I have got you guys, and I would love to keep calling you my friends. So please accept that, so that we can be friends. And no, I am not trying to friend zone you guys, But of course there are some things that I just cannot get into right now. But as you know, I would have to get to know you guys a little bit better if I want to end up with one of you as my partner. Just give it some time and everything will fall into place just as always. I just feel like right now I just need some time and space to find all of the pieces of the broken mirror that I call my life. But of course that is not everything that I will have to do, because whatever I do right now will not really matter at all, since I am still stuck in this prison simulation without a word heard from Doc Oswald at all since like forever. But that is pretty much how this always goes when I am stuck. For some reason every time that I am stuck, Doc Oswald is just like, well, I am not going to be telling him anything because that is just the butt face that I am. But of course, you know, after some time of waiting he is able to figure everything out and he is just getting me back to what it usually is supposed to be. But by that I mean that it actually just takes a very long time for him to do so. But that does not matter, because after all, you are my Wonderwall. Haha, that was apart from Oasis their Wonderwall. That is a song, by the way, for if you did not already know that, I mean it is pretty popular. Just listen to it and you will. I have never in my life envied a human being who led an easy life. I have envied a great many people who led difficult lives and led them well. That is basically the same when it comes to this escape room. You can just have an easy life and do nothing about it and just stroll through it. But it is the people who are leading the hard lives and make it look easy who you should be looking up to. That is why I like to keep things interesting by making things hard on myself from time to time, like failing on purpose. That is what I do a lot. Also in this video, of course. So right now with my escape room right here, I am struggling a lot. But when you guys are watching this out of the comfort of your home, you will all just be like, well, that guy Sub-Zero there on the screen, well, he really did quite a good job on making everything look easy while he was struggling really hard. At least that is what I think that you are all going to be saying. I mean, I cannot know for sure now, can I, guys? Nope, that is right, peeps. I am catching your drift, my small friends. Now still, that does not mean that this is easy for me at all. I mean, it would just plain be unfair if you had to watch me do all of this so perfect and swift without a care in the world, and you guys are out there struggling trying to become as great as me in these things. So sometimes I will fail on purpose just to make it look a little less hard. I mean, come on. I would not be able to do all of this without you guys. So if you guys want to be like me, that would be pretty hard. So I have to put in some flaws to myself. I mean, no one is flawless except for me, of course. So you know, maybe that is the reason why I should be doing all of this, just so that you guys can see that having flaws is just a way of life. But then again, I am a Roblox character, so I am not really sure if that also counts for me. But now that the cat is out of the bag, I will just hope that you guys appreciate the fact that I sometimes end up failing on purpose, just so that you guys can see that I am also human, even though I am better than anyone else in these types of things. Just so that you know. Now of course, like it goes with everything in life, there is no such thing as the perfect life. I mean, my life is pretty good and all of that, but it is not perfect. And that is one thing that might just be pretty important for the people who look up to me. It is not about leading the perfect life, or leaving a flawless and faultless life. No, it is about being the perfect person in your life. Just be the person that you think is perfect, because that is all you have. You cannot change the outcomes in the world. The only thing in this world that you actually can change in a good or bad way is yourself. And now we shall just throw out the bad part, because no one wants to be the worst version of themselves. Just like I do not want the worst version of this video, so I should actually be going quite a bit because I am lacking right now. I mean, I am trying my best, but it seems like that is not enough for the soulless pit that I call an escape room. I mean, this thing is taking everything out of me right now, and it is giving me nothing in return, except for maybe some funny footage, but that is it. I mean, I am trying my best here, I promise. But for some reason there is just nothing that will work for me right now. So maybe someday I can get out of this rotting prison cell and I can actually start doing something with my life again. I mean, there is nothing wrong with being inside of a prison, I guess. I mean, I am not trying to discriminate here. So there is just nothing wrong with prison people, but I am just not looking to stay here for the rest of my life in between of these four walls. Again, there are not four walls in this prison. There are a lot more, but that is just how the saying goes. Like The Walking Dead, these are just four walls and a roof. But there is more to this place than just a roof and a wall. Oh my god, wait. I was dreaming about walls again. I might want to stop watching all of those freaking Trump videos. The walls are getting stuck in my dreams. and it is pretty annoying. But I still have to get out of here, so please lead me to the dog guard that helped me escape the last time, which is some time ago, and that is vital for my escape this time around. So let's go. So I don't know about you guys, but this is going to get pretty mental. I am not really sure what to expect from this, but I bet that it is going to be really hard. I have seen a couple of videos where people fought the prison guard and it looked really hard to me, but it looked like they were all lucky enough to get back to their home. So I hope that this will happen to me as well, and otherwise, you know, someone will probably have to come find me. I just hope that I do not get killed or kidnapped or something, and some creep finds me and he locks me up in his basement and he will keep me for all eternity. I am not really about all of that, so I just hope that I get straight back to my home so that my friend can literally love me. That is probably the funniest thing about all of this, the fact that I am going to get loved. But yeah, I am hopeful that all of this will go right at the first try, and otherwise I will have no idea what will happen to me if someone finds out that I am actually inside of this prison. So let's just hope that I do not get eaten. So this is actually pretty fun for now. I mean, I would have never thought that this was the way that this prison would start treating me at all. So I guess that is some kind of a learning experience now that I can actually see what is going on inside of this new world. But I mean, these prison guards are going fast and they are pretty reckless. No wonder they always lose stuff or get killed by prisoners. I mean, would you just look at this dump? We are going through this prison with 1,000,000 miles an hour. That is like 70 miles an hour over the prison cell hall speed limit. Someone should notify the authorities about these illegal hall races or illegal races to the prison wall. But then again, that is basically the same stuff. But I bet that you guys have noticed that I actually went to the North Pole a couple of weeks ago, and I saw what kind of methods those Santa his little helpers were using, and they do things way more delicate. They are not just throwing around with me and such, because if they do not handle those prisoners really well, then they will have to answer to Santa Claus. And even though he is the nicest guy on the planet, he can still be very intimidating when you do not follow his rules. It is pretty much like the warden of this prison. I mean, he is a pretty big pain in the butt sometimes. I mean, it is not like I am in jail for real, so I probably should not be worrying about the warden. But that might be me. I mean, it is not like I could actually do anything about this right now, because all of this is just a simulation. But come on people, you cannot tell me that this is what usually happens to prisoners or other people. I mean, that was a big struggle back there, but we have to keep this up. I mean, we are close to getting out and I am about to lose it if we are not able to get out. And by the way, if anyone could start contacting that freaking Doc Oswald, because we have been in here for a long time already and I feel like he is doing nothing at all in that little lab of his. It is just like I am doing all of the bad jobs and he is just sleeping in his chair back at the labs, which is not the thing that he has been doing for a pretty long time. Please just get me out of here. Now, since we are entering some kind of jail thing, you know, things might start to turn out really ugly, and I am not sure of anything that is about to happen. So I would just like to say right now that our adventure has officially started. So please tell me that everyone is ready for this thing. So I would like to ask you to remain seated throughout this whole ride and to please keep your feet and arms inside of the carriage at all times. Now it is almost time for this thing to open and we can see what horrors lie behind the cell. And I am not sure what to actually make of this right now, but I guess that I will just go with the flow and I will not be a showstopper. I like how everyone is just sitting here all up in their own business, acting like everything is normal and stuff. I mean, you have got to love some actors who are just completely enveloped in their respective roles. I think that they call this method acting or something strange like that. I am actually not even sure, but I think that I am right. Why is this all so random right now? I do not get how I end up in these situations time and time again. So I am wondering what is coming up next. Wow, I am actually hoping for something a little more warm because the water is freezing. Oh wait, never mind, this is not anywhere near warm. I mean, would you just look at this? This is not even warm at all. Why would I want to be here in something like that? But I really do not care about that right now. This water is my only way out right now and I am willing to die for it, metaphorically. I mean, if I would die right now, then this would be the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals maybe ever. I mean, You guys know what I mean. But I think that I will have to continue swimming on my own now, because it would probably be pretty boring to see me swimming for a couple of hours straight. But I will see you guys again when I have found an actual way out of here, because I have kind of fooled myself here. So I will have to find another way out. But this is all the time we have, so maybe you will see me again.